Hi everyone, I'm Hanna and I'm really happy that you're joining me today for this really fun vinyasa flow class. We're going to move towards one of my favorite arm balances, which is a baby crow pose. So there's going to be tons of core in this class, lots of hip opening, and basically everything in between. I highly recommend you bring at least one block to your mat today. You can bring two if you have two blocks available for you, but one for sure. And if you don't have a yoga block, that absolutely does not matter. Toilet rolls are surprisingly really good at pretending to be yoga blocks, so grab a couple of those. The block, we're not going to be really supporting so much weight with it, so it's more to lift the earth up to meet us, to extend the length of our arms. So anything that you've got lying around that you think could serve that purpose will be perfect. I think that's everything. When you're ready, grab your stretchy pants and I'll meet you on the mat. All right, yogis, welcome to your practice. I'm sitting here on my yoga block, and if you have one, I encourage you to do the same. But if you're working with at-home props today, like toilet rolls or drink bottles or anything like this, maybe don't sit on that. Instead, you can simply sit on your yoga mat or on a cushion. So find your comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall, feel your spine grow long. And as you exhale, drop your shoulders, and you might even like to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it go out your mouth. Two more like that. Deep breath in through your nose. Make some noise, let it go. Last one. Deep breath in. Side out. Nice. And hopefully that's helped you to just drop into your body, to your breath. Notice how you're feeling. How do you feel both physically, and how's your mood? I think the hardest part of the practice is often just making it to the mat, and you've already done that, so everything after here is going to be super easy, yeah? Wink, wink. So give yourself just a few moments here to congratulate yourselves for making it to the mat today. Congratulate yourselves for making it through your day, your morning, your evening, whatever time you're practicing. You did it. You're here. Take another full breath in through your nose. And let it go. Softly bat your eyes open. In today's class, we'll be working a lot with our core and really trying to find our core. So we're going to begin with a pranayama technique called Kapalabhati Breath, or sometimes it's called the breath of fire or skull shining breath. So you choose your title of choice, whatever you're vibing with today. And Kapalabhati Breath is a pranayama practice where we actively exhale and passively inhale. And what that means is that our inhale comes without us having to think about it. So the best way for me to sort of describe it is if you've ever played with a squeaky toy, maybe with your pets or whatever, and when you squeeze the toy, this little hole at the end releases air, and through that air the toy makes a noise, right? But if you release the pressure on the toy, you let go, it will automatically refill with breath. And this is what I mean by a passive inhale. So we're going to actively exhale by squeezing the abdominal muscles to release all the air out of our lungs. And by doing that, naturally our lungs are going to refill with breath without us thinking about it. So I'll quickly show you sort of what that looks like. And then we'll do a few rounds of that together. So here we go. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And then as I exhale, I'm going to push the air out, drawing my belly button towards the spine. Right? So you might have seen that my hand moves towards my spine. Everything kind of crunches in to release the air strongly out through my nostrils. I'll do a couple in a row just so you get a bit of an idea of what it looks like kind of in the real world. Okay. Deep breath in. And then So I'm actively exhaling. I'm really pushing the air out by drawing my belly button back towards my spine, contracting my belly muscles. And then I'm really not thinking at all about that inhale. That's just simply coming and refilling my lungs with lovely oxygen. Thank you very much, body, for doing that. So I like to bring my hands to my belly just to find that connection. It's a little easier for me. And it's really common, if you've never done this before, to get a little bit lost along the way. Also, side note, if you're really snotty today, you might want to blow your nose. You're going to kind of spritz your boogers all over your yoga mat, which, hey, maybe you're into. So just a word of warning. All right, so take your hands to your belly. Inhale, sit up tall. First, just exhale naturally. And then we're going to start our first round. So when you're ready, inhale. And then actively exhale, pulling your belly button towards your spine. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Nice. All right, so that's the first round. Hopefully you got a little bit of an idea of how it feels. And now we'll do 2 more rounds. So I won't count you in. I'm going to do this breath with you. Hopefully we'll follow along. And again, if you get lost, just take a deep breath and start again. So we're going to get straight into it. So deep breath in and exhale to begin. Inhale. Exhale, normal breath. All right, how did that feel? We'll do 1 more round together. You can either keep one or both hands on your belly, or maybe you go Bluetooth style, hands free for the final round. I have blown my nose. I still feel snot coming out of it. It's all good, whatever, we're at home. So when you're ready, deep breath in and begin. Inhale and exhale. Nice. All right, so hopefully you've started to stoke the fire in your belly. You feel your abs kind of already switch on, and that's awesome. That's what we want. All right, come off of your block or your cushion or out of your seat. You can leave the block at the beginning of your mat, top of your mat. And let's start in a pose that I like to call lazy pigeon. So come forward on your hands and knees, and then I'm going to swing my right leg forward, so my knee sort of moves behind my wrist, and then kind of sit off onto my right hip, and just let this left leg swing back behind me. So the shape looks sort of like this, like we're a little right? And it's lazy pigeon, or deer pose is probably what's more similar, but lazy pigeon is more of my kind of vibe. So come to this sort of shape on your yoga mat with your right shin forward and your left foot behind you. And then lean forward so your fingertips make it down to the floor. And inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And you can stay right here if you're already starting to feel sensation. Or as you exhale, you can slowly lower down to your forearms. You can mashed potato your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. Or if you've got a nice soft block or something, you can even relax your head on your prop. If it's available for you and it feels okay, you can of course take your forehead all the way down to the floor, but know that there's no distinct destination here for us today. We're just starting to kind of say hello to our hips and connect again with our breath here. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in and exhale. So we'll stay here for a few breaths, and in honor of my favorite show ever, Ted Lasso, winning like 7 Emmys, I think it was, at this year's Emmy Awards, just this week, I wanted to dedicate or kind of theme this class around one of my favorite episodes from season 1. And if you know Ted Lasso, you'll know, first of all, that it's the greatest show ever, and second, that it's got so many great gems in it. And one of them is Ted is playing darts with this very kind of rich, pretentious kind of dude who thinks Ted, this southern or midwestern guy with a drawl and an accent, ain't so smart, a little dim. But in fact, what Ted tells him is, instead of judging him, maybe he should have been curious. And I won't give away the episode because it's brilliant, but I invite you today onto your mat to be curious about your body, about your practice, instead of being judgmental. Let's take one more breath in here. Exhale. And then slowly walk up onto your fingertips if you're not there already. And if you already want to start engaging the core here or incorporating the core, start to lean back, and then you can hands-free swing around to the other side. So now my left leg is forward and my right leg is back in this kind of deer pose or lazy pigeon pose. Bring your fingertips forward as you inhale, lengthen through your spine. Stay just here or start to come down towards your mat any amount that feels good for you today. And of course, your props are there, your hammer fists, whatever you're using. So I don't know about you, but I've been very judgmental of the things my body is not capable of. I don't really think about when my body is being capable and is doing incredible things for me, or at least I didn't. I'm pretty okay at it now. But I was very judgmental about my body and the bodies of others, not only in yoga, but in real life. And I love this quote from Ted, and actually I think it's a Walt Whitman quote, about being curious, because when I became more curious about my body and the way it functions and why it can do some things and finds other things difficult, I really was able to let the pressure off and explore and have fun and really appreciate my body for all the wonderful things that it can do. So try to be curious in today's class rather than judgmental, and see how that works out for you. All right, take a final breath in here. Let it out. And then slowly walk up onto your fingerprints. And then again, we're going to swing both of the legs forward, plant the feet directly down, dog fur as usual. And then sit up tall here with your hands in front of your knees. I've got my feet about hips width distance apart. And we're going to move into a sort of cat-cow spine here. So as you inhale, pull your heart forward in between your knees and then lift your chest as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, start to round your spine. You can extend your arms here as you bring your chin to the chest. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your chest forward in between your knees. And then as you exhale again, round your spine, bring your chin to chest, pull your belly button towards your spine. Nice, 2 more like that. Inhale, reach forward. You might even start to stretch the front of the throat here by lifting the chin. And then exhale, let your arms extend as you lean back. Last one. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, lean it back. Beautiful. Stay in this position. And without changing anything, start to draw your belly button in, activate your core, and release your hands. Ooh. All right. And then from here, take a deep breath in. Press into your big toe mounds in slow motion. Start to roll all the way down. Ooh. Or fast motion. All the way down onto your back. All right, so here we are on our mat, on our backs. So we're going to take the arms nice and wide, so into a big T shape. Lift your right leg and cross it over your left leg. Lovely. And then float your feet away from the yoga mat. Nice. And then here, 2 options. You can either sweep the right foot underneath the left calf muscle and kind of click it in there. Or, if that's not happening for you today, just squeeze the lower halves of your legs towards one another. All right. And then from here, we're going to take the right arm on top of the left arm. Give yourself a squeeze. You can stay just like this. Or release the hands from your body and take them in front of you, either taking the palms of the hands together or the backs of the hands together. So here we are in a reclined eagle pose. So from here, you might already start to feel your core firing up. That's good. We want that. Feel that there's a little bit of space underneath your lower back. Can you keep that there? Keep it as you start to engage your belly muscles. So pull your belly button down and up, and then feel as though you're almost spreading your abdominal region across the whole surface of your torso. And I don't know how much sense that makes, but what we want to avoid is finding this kind of loaf in the center, which can happen when we do core work. All right, let's see how we go. You can stay just like this. This is plenty of core, or if you want to add on, take an inhale breath here. And as you exhale, squeeze your elbows to your knees. Ugh. Nice. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Keep drawing your belly down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. This time, maybe inhale, lower, tap your toes, tap your fingers to the floor. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower, and tap. Exhale, lift. Ugh. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. You got this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Yeah. Last one. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Beautiful. Inhale, lower, unravel. You can give your knees a little hug. And then we'll cross the left leg over the right leg. Float the feet up, and then find your version of eagle legs, either wrapping the left foot under the right calf or just simply squeezing the lower legs towards one another. All right, take your arms out wide again. Take an inhale breath here. And then as you exhale this time, left arm goes on top. Give yourself a little hug. You can stay just like this. Lovely little option. Or wrap your arms in any way that works for you. Find this little lift up where your lower back is, little puff of air. I like to call it my little margarita bar for ladybugs. I stole that from my yoga teacher. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, belly button goes in and up as you lift your elbows towards your knees. Ooh. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. Beautiful. If you already want to start adding that tap, you can. As you inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, lift. Beautiful. Keep going with your own breath. Yes. Hello, belly. How are you doing today? Exhale, lift. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Ooh, you got this. Inhale, lower, unravel. Hug the knees in towards your chest. And here, take the hands behind your knees. And we're going to start to rock and roll up and down the length of our yoga mat, which I've always found a little fun massage for the muscles along my spine. And then here even, if you would like, you can start to create a little bit of momentum and rock and roll all the way up into Uttanasana, forward fold. So maybe you got there, maybe not happening for you today, no problem. Take your feet as wide as you would like, or maybe together. You can wobble out your legs, your head, your pigtails, whatever's going on for you here. Maybe you grab opposite elbows and just dangle for a little bit. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release your fingertips down to the floor. Inhale to slide them up your shins as you find Adho Uttanasana, halfway lift. Shoulders away from your ears here. Exhale, rebend the knees, fold your belly over your thighs. Nice. Inhale again to lengthen. Beautiful. Can you find even just a tiny bit of engagement here in your belly? Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lengthen halfway. Beautiful. This time, can you shift a tiny bit more weight into your big toe mound so that your hips are over your heels rather than further back? Nice. Stay here for another inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in. Take your hands to your waist. Keep your long, strong spine as you press into your feet and come all the way up into Uttanasana. Nice. So walk to the top of your mat if you're not there already. And on an inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands together as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen halfway. And then exhale, press into your fingerprints and take a big step back with the right foot. Drop the right knee. And on an inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale here in Anjaneyasana. Beautiful. All right, here start to squeeze your thighs towards the midline. Inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, cactus bend your elbows, find your jazz hands or jazz claws. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, start to round your spine, close your forearms like a book. Beautiful. Squeeze those thighs together as you inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round it in, close your forearms. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open. And exhale, belly pulls in as you close it up. Inhale, this time reach your arms back up to the sky. And exhale, take your fingertips to the floor. From here, we're going to swing the right foot over to the left side of the mat. And take our left forearm to our left thigh. Keep your right hand sort of dangling to the floor. And like you're pulling back on a bow and arrow, start to reach your right elbow up to the clouds. And then follow it with your hand as you come into a little variation of extended side angle pose. Beautiful. All right, so you can take your gaze up to your thumb or forward or wherever you want it. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, lean your heart back. You can stay just like this, or maybe start to take the right arm over the right ear. Now, you can also stay with your left forearm on your left thigh. We're still pretty early here, so if your hips are not ready, then this is a great option. Or you can take the left fingertips to the inside of the left foot, either to the floor, or you can use your prop. And if you're taking that option, re-extend your right fingers straight up. Beautiful. Can you lean your heart back? Take a deep breath in. Exhale here. One more inhale, breath, find length. And as you exhale, lead with your right arm, come all the way up, and then let your right hand sort of land to the back of your yoga mat. Rotate your left toes forward, and then extend your left arm now to the sky. And here we are in a variation of side plank pose. Adjust yourself however you need to. Again, lean back, lift your heart, take an inhale. Exhale, start to find that core, and maybe you float your left toes away from the earth. Yeah, you got it. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. One more inhale, smile. And then as you exhale, tap your left toes down, take your left hand down, pivot towards the back of your mat now, and then drop your left knee in line with your right. So we don't want to be in quite a tabletop here. I call this pose like a Danish table, where like funky furniture design. So you're leaning slightly forward. And now here, it feels like you want to lift the whole front of your body up to the back of your body. Spread your fingers wide, press down into your hands. Keep all of that, take an inhale. And as you exhale, shoot your elbows straight back as you lower all the way down to the floor. Toes are untucked as you inhale, lift your head, your heart. Maybe you lift your hands as you click your toes into the mat, lift your kneecaps. Take a full breath in here. And then exhale, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips high and back into our first downward facing dog. So first one, feel free to take your doggy for a little walk here, pedaling out your legs. You can shake out your head, your neck. You're welcome to open your mouth, stick out your tongue, make some noise. I feel like we've already made lots of noise in this class now. Beautiful. Full breath in. Long breath out. Nice. Take an inhale as you look forward, bend your knees. And as you exhale, make your way to the top, however you like. You can crawl or walk or hop. Inhale, lengthen halfway out of Uttanasana. We're facing the backs of our mats, remember. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into the feet as you reach your arms to the sky. Look up, hands together. And exhale, we're going straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, press into your fingertips. Take a big step back with your left foot now. Drop the left knee. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, find your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. Beautiful. All right, again, start to engage these thighs, pulling them towards the midline. As you inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, cactus, bending arms. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, lift your chest. And now exhale, close your forearms like a book as you round your spine, chin to chest. Nice. Squeeze the thighs. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, close it up. You got it. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, pull your forearms towards one another, belly to spine. Nice. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Beautiful. And then exhale, plant the hands. Swing your left foot over to the right side of your mat. And take your right forearm now to your right thigh. You can let this left hand dangle, or like I just did, adjust your clothing. And then slowly, like you're pulling back on Robin Hood's bow, start to extend your left arm up to the clouds, spread your fingers, and here we are in this little side angle variation. Beautiful. All right, roll the top shoulder back. Nice. You can stay just like this, or maybe you start to float your right fingertips towards the floor or a block. If that's the case, keep the left arm up. If you're still in the forearm, maybe you add a little side bend here, reaching the left arm over the left ear. So any version is exceptionally good for you. Lovely. Can you engage the muscles on the outside of your right leg, almost like you're squeezing your glutes to open this right knee a tiny bit more? Nice. One more full breath in here. Exhale, use the left arm to lift you all the way back up. Let the left hand kind of crash to the earth. Right toes point forward as you lift the right arm. Here we are in that side plank variation. Nice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale here. You can stay or float the right toes away from the earth. Yeah, feel that belly switch on. Deep breath in. And then exhale, slow motion. Tap the right toes down, tap the right hand down. Swing back to the front edge of your mat. And then drop your knees, both in line with one another. Find your strange Danish tabletop again. Curl your pubic bone towards your nose. Press the mat away from you. Really lift up through the whole front of your body. Keep that. Take an inhale. And then exhale, elbows straight back as you lower all the way down. Beautiful. Untuck your toes, lift your kneecaps. Inhale, find cobra. This time, keep your hands on the floor. Inhale again, lift up a little higher. And as you exhale, pull energetically back from your fingers as you reach your heart forward. One more breath in here. And then exhale, roll it down, tuck your toes, and find downward facing dog. Nice. Take just a couple of breaths here. If you still need movement, then please take it. Beautiful. Alrighty, from here, inhale, roll forward, find plank pose. Exhale to stay. You can come to the knees here if you need to. Otherwise, really push the floor away from you. Lift up through the back of your heart, like you're lifting up in between your shoulder blades. Nice, you got it. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, replace your hands with your forearms. Ooh, she's mean. Bring your pubic bone towards your nose. Look directly down to the floor. Can you lift up slightly through the back of your skull? You got this. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, start to bend your knees. Walk your feet towards your elbows and come into a brief dolphin pose. Your knees can be really bent here. And then press down into your forearms to push your chest towards your thighs. Knees can stay bent, or you can start to maybe extend through the legs. No problem if that's not happening today. One more breath in. And then exhale, everyone bend your knees deeply, take them all the way to the floor, and then swoosh your hands back behind you and come into a brief child's pose, forehead rests. Nice. Take an inhale. Exhale. All right, be curious about how you're feeling. Is the breath flooding back into your body? Where is it going? What sensations are coming up? Curious but not judgmental. All right, when you're ready for this fire to continue, reach your hands forward, spread your fingers wide. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, come back into downward facing dog. Feel free to take a little bit of movement here if you need it. Nice. All right. From here, when you're ready, walk your big toes a little closer, and on an inhale, reach the right leg straight up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale to stay. Can you use the muscles of your glute and your hamstring to lift the right toes even higher? Inhale, breath. And as you exhale, bend the knee, cross your right knee to your left elbow, look to the left. You can stay just like this, lifting your hips, or pivot on your back heel, and then kick the right foot forward. Keep it floating as you lift the left arm up to the sky. Whew, hey core, take an inhale. And then exhale, bring the left hand down. Pivot now to the outer edge of your left foot. Stack the right foot on top, lift the right arm to the sky. And if you're like, Hanna, no, then either you can scissor your legs or you can find a little kickstand here. Both options are great. Lift your hips. If you want a little through the side, then reach your right arm over your right ear. Keep lifting the hips, deep breath in. Nice, and then slow and with control, take this right foot, lift it up and step it about halfway down the mat as you lower your hips, reaching your right hand towards the back edge of your yoga mat. Alrighty, and then here, feel free to allow your hips to totally flop to the floor. Alright, you can stay just like this. If you want a little more for your side, then you can use your right hand as a help. Send your left hand forward slightly, and then take an inhale breath, grow tall, and as you exhale, let your rib cage sort of melt down. So your left arm bones are stacked without any muscular action, like they're scaffolding for this juicy intercostal muscle stretch, one of my favorites. Beautiful. All right, take a final inhale. Exhale. Inhale, paint a rainbow with your right arm all the way up and over as you pivot back to the front of your mat, and then send your right leg straight up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale like you want to kick your own butt. Bend your knee, open up through the right side of your body. Can you press more into your right hand, pulling your left heel towards the floor? Stay here, or if you would like, you can flip this puppy upside down, pivoting on your left heel, tapping your right toes, lifting your heart, lifting your hips. You got this. Take an inhale. And then exhale, send it back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Option here for a vinyasa if you would like to take one. Inhaling forward into plank. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, find your back bend, heart forward, elbows back. Exhale, roll it down, and downward dog is where we'll hang out together. Nice work, everybody. Let's take a little brief break between sides. So walk your big toes really close, and then bend your knees way out to the sides as you sink your hips. And then look forward, and you can get a little pulsey here as you lift your booty up to the sky. Nice. Take an inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Come back to downward facing dog. Keep your toes a little close. And when you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale to stay. Inhale, can you use those strong muscles of the left leg to lift even higher? And then exhale, cross the left knee to the right elbow and stay just here. Lift your hips. Or pivot to the inside of the right foot as you lift the right hand and kick that left foot. Can you keep it floating? Ooh, difficult. Lift the hips. Take an inhale. And then exhale, right hand plants down. Now pivot to the outer edge of the right foot, stacking the left foot on top or to the side, or using your left foot as a kickstand. Lift your hips. You got this. Send the left arm over the left ear if you want the side bend. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Yes. With control, float your left foot away from the right, and then step it about halfway down your mat as you sink your hips all the way to the yoga mat, reaching your left arm back behind you. And again here, if you would like, you can press into your left fingertips to shift the right hand forward slightly. Inhale, grow tall, and then exhale, let your ribs just melt down towards the floor. Ooh. This feels good. Big old hip opener. Big old rib opener. Take an inhale. Exhale. And then with your left arm, find a big rainbow as you reach it up and over. Plant the left hand and then lift the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the left knee, try and kick your own butt as you open up through the left side. Beautiful. You can stay just like this, pressing more into your left hand, pulling your right heel towards the floor, finding that big stretch across the diagonal plane of your body. Or flip this baby upside down, pivoting on your right foot, tapping your left toes and lifting your hips. Little flip dog. Nice. Inhale here. And then exhale, come on back. Downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here. Optional slouch asana. Optional go get a drink asana. Whatever you need here. Nice. And then once again, take the big toes really close. Widen your knees as wide as your yoga mat. Untuck the toes and find child's pose. Nice. All right. If you've had enough, then please stay here in child's pose. You've earned it. But if you would like to play with a little arm balance called baby crow, then press into your hands to look forward and crawl your hands back towards your feet. And then here I'm going to hop up onto my toes, keeping my heels together and my knees really wide. So you're welcome to watch me first or play along at home, whichever you prefer. So baby crow is, I think it should be called crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Because as you see in just a second, we got to crouch down way low to bring the forearms to the floor. So take your hands and your elbows shoulder width distance apart. And my arms are pretty small, so until I start to lean forward, my forearms struggle to get to the floor. That's okay. Can you wrap your biceps towards one another? All right, your knees are still really wide here. Fingers are spread really wide. And then here's where you got to trust. Start to shift forward. You'll see that's when my elbows start to hit the floor, squeezing your outer arms into your inner legs and your inner legs into your outer arms. And then here, maybe you shift the weight forward as you float your little tootsies off of the floor. And I got a really big nose, so I'm technically still touching the floor with my face. Lift up through your core. You got this. And then if you fall, it's okay because you're so close to the floor. You can just stay here, little crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Beautiful. And then to come out, either fall or retuck your toes and come into a little malasana. I like to take a movement here just to shake it off. Beautiful. So, I mean, that pose is really helpful if you ever need to get small enough to, I don't know, fit into a dryer for whatever reason. You need to be stowed away. Nice. Let's have one more go, yeah? Shall we? And if you're like, no, thank you, then take whatever pose works for you here. Otherwise, if you want one more try, bring your big toes together, your knees really wide. Set up your forearms so they're parallel. Elbows don't stick out to the sides. Wrap your biceps towards one another like they're having a gossip. Beautiful. Spread your fingers wide so you get a strong, wide base. Squeeze your inner knees into your triceps as you lean forward and float your toes. Lift up through your core. Maybe your nose is on the floor. Maybe your forehead is on the floor. Maybe you collapse to the floor. Also a good option. And then when you're ready, come on out. Whew. Any way you like. Swing your legs down in front of you. Give them a good old shake, shake, shake. We're going to finish up in a brief forward fold. So take your legs out in front of you. I like to move my butt meat out of the way. Take a deep breath in as you reach your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, hinge forward at your hips and let your arms just go wherever they go. Try not to fold so much from your rib cage. Try and keep your collarbones smiling open. One more inhale here. Lengthen. And then exhale. Allow yourself to close down the eyes, release your head and your neck. Remember, we're not being judgmental on our mat today. Instead, we're being curious. Curious about where we feel our stretch, where we feel breath moving into our body. Curious about the thoughts that are entering and leaving our mind. Beautiful. Slowly start to roll back up into a comfy seat. And then plant your heels, shift your hips forward, and come to lie all the way down on your back with your feet on the floor and your knees lifted. We're going to hang out in my world's favorite pose ever, but we're going to get there a kind of a funky way. So press into your feet, press into your hands, lift your heart. We're setting up for bridge pose, so feet are hip distance apart. On an inhale, start to lift your hips, roll them up. Exhale to stay here. And then shift your left foot over to the center.
Pick up your right foot and thread it underneath your left thigh. Let your toes tap down. Try and keep your pelvis level. So keep lifting your hips, inhale. And as you exhale, slowly start to roll down. And you can adjust your feet so everything kind of fits underneath here. And you might find that you can grab a hold of your right big toe with your left hand. If you can do that, great. If not, don't stress about it. Let the right knee just fall to the floor here, right? Gravity is doing all the work. And you might already start to feel this great stretch through your quad. You can stay just like this. Or if you want to add a little more, then lift your left knee towards your chest. Grab your left knee with your right hand. Hello, quads. How you doing? Beautiful. Feel free to close your eyes. We'll stay here for just 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 2. And inhale. Exhale 1. Nice. First, release your left foot back down. Unravel your right leg and reset for your bridge pose. So feet hips width distance, hands towards the floor, chest lifts. Press down into your feet, into your palms, and inhale to roll your hips up to the sky. Exhale to stay just like this. Nice. Walk your right foot towards the center. Pick up your left foot. Try and keep your pelvis level as you thread your left foot behind your right ankle, and then slowly lower back down to your hips. Grab a hold of your left big toe with your right hand if you can. And if you can't, it's not a measure of your flexibility or whatever. It's generally just the length of your arm in comparison to the length of your torso, your feet, etc. All right, let this left knee be heavy. Stay here if this is enough, if the sensation works for you, or pick up the right knee, grab the right knee towards your chest using your left hand gently. These sensations might feel different from one side to the other, and that's super normal, totally fine. We don't want to push ourselves beyond what feels good. We also don't want to get too lazy about things, so find the sensation that feels really good for you today. For just one more inhale here. And one more exhale. Nice. Release your right foot back down, unravel your left leg, hug both knees into your chest. You can take a little rock and roll from side to side here. We'll finish up in a happy baby pose. So thread your hands inside your legs, reach for the outer edges of your feet, and then extend your heels up to the sky. And if it's way too much, then simply grab behind your knees, but keep your feet active. So you choose. Press your sacrum, your tailbone down towards the floor, and pull your shoulder blades towards the earth so you feel nice and grounded here. Drawing the knees into the armpits, or feel free to take a movement here. Always feels really nice. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, gently release your feet. Extend your legs out long for a brief Shavasana. Take up space here. I love to rotate the hands up in a gesture of total surrender, and also to absorb all that good energy that I just put out into the universe. Give yourself a very attractive double chin so that the back of your neck is nice and long. You can shake out your feet, your hips, relax your glutes. And if you think you relaxed your glutes, do it one more time. Take a full breath in through your nose. Hold that breath. Feel it at the very top of your lungs, in your throat. Keep holding it. You can do it. One more. And then open your mouth and let it go. And in just a few beats, I will bring us out of Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to find gentle movements with your fingertips and toes. Maybe move your head softly from one side to the other. Interlace your fingertips and reach your arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch. You can point and flex your feet. Crack goes my ankle. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. As you roll over to one side, see if you can keep your eyes closed as you bring yourself into a comfortable seat of your choice. When you get there, sit up tall. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Take a deep breath into the space that you've created in your body today. And as you exhale, bow your chin to your chest in gratitude for your practice, gratitude for your incredible, amazing body that lets you do some super cool stuff, and gratitude for anything else that you can think of. And whatever that thing is, let it bring a gentle smile to your lips as you inhale, lift your chin and open your eyes. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.